Hi,
And-
welcome to another video.
Oh,
But
sorry.
if you haven't seen like the previous two parts, make sure you see it because it can be important a little bit. Okay, all right,
All right,
ready?
it's a go?
Yep.
Okay, third
Yep.
question was,
Mhm.
learning from similar cities from
Ye-
around the world.
Yeah,
And
over cities
Over
around
cities. So-
around.
so one
the
thing
world.
that really comes to mind for me, because I am passionate about our vulnerable population, and there's a program called the Housing First program
Mhm.
that was started in Portland. I'm not sure how far away ago, but it's been a few years back, and it touches on the importance of getting these folks off the street and put a roof over their head, so they are stable, and then you start to work on their addictions issue, their mental health issues, and it's proven it works. And we have one that has been built and it is occupied. There's 46 beds, and there's a second one that is about halfway built. So we'll have almost 100 beds in Chilliwack with supports. That's the key. The supports are the key. That is a program that is proven to work, and we are going with that idea. There's a lot of other things that you may see around town. Those flashing crosswalk lights.
Mhm.
That came out of Florida.
Oh.
They kind of rode with the idea, and I love those things. They get motorist attention when you're coming up the crosswalk, because if you don't see those, you probably shouldn't be driving, because then you can't see anything. So that's another one. We've just started an integrated public safety committee that was pushed by a council member. The idea came out of England, and it's a deeper dive into, it's not a police issue, it's not a fire issue, it's not a health or addiction issue, but it dives down deeper so we can find the root of the problem and try find some solutions, like a drug court, which is happening in some states across the line, whereas if you're caught with drugs, you, instead of clogging up the court system, there's an actual court that you go to. You have a choice of going to jail or you go to rehab. These are the big
Okay.
idea issues that are out there that
There's
we're
a specific
looking at.
court
Yep.
for
Yep.
that. Makes
Yep.
sense because
Yep.
it's like a high volume.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a revolving door, and at that table we have Crown Council, and we have some folks that have the ability to make change, and so that kind of falls in with your actual question. What are other people doing that we pick out of, and it's not a matter of reinventing the wheel, because there are some good ideas out there, and we can take bits and pieces of the idea and make it a made for Chilliwack plan, and that's been done in the past, and we are going to continue to do that. There's a lot of smart people out in this world, and
Well, that's right. Yeah, that's fantastic.
And they come out in ideas, and for me, part of my campaign was to be innovative and think outside the box.
Yep.
That's one piece of that.
Yeah,
Yep.
that was fantastic.
Yep.
Very good.
Yeah.
You got a
Yep.
question?
Yeah. What? You say?
Have you got a question?
Yeah, when you're like innovating, yeah, we have there's we have yeah, do you normally
No, I think your brain's getting
Lots
faster
of
than
questions
your
there,
mouth.
buddy. Yeah.
Yeah, your brain's
Did I miss anything here
quick
that I should show you?
Oh no, you nailed it. I have a question though,
Sure, yeah.
for kind of a follow up along the same other places question. So, how do you get the idea from the city? Do you find the people who implemented it there and then have a conversation with them? Do you invite them as a guest to come here?
As far as a housing first kind of idea.
Yeah, let's say the Housing First in Oregon one.
Well, that's you're not going to say famous, but it is one that's well recognized all around the world, and it's something that back in 2016, we recognized that we needed some supportive housing. That was a
Mhm.
big need, and we created a homeless action plan and identified all the stakeholders and went to work. And the stakeholders were Fraser Health, BC Housing, and then it filters downward. And they recognized with us that we have a growing issue here in Chilliwack, and that was part of the solution, was to house some folks, house the vulnerable folks. And attached to that is a team called ICM, case management. That's actually boots on the ground. That consists of about 10 folks. There's nurse practitioners, there's social workers, psychologists, addiction specialists, this sort of thing. And they are on the ground talking to the most vulnerable people. They deal with about 50 to 55 folks on a daily basis. They have to go seek them out. A lot of these folks are now in the first supporting housing unit, and they're being cared for on an ongoing basis. These are the severe cases that are out there. It's a program that has been out there for quite a few years. I advocated for it in the last 4 years, and we finally got it last year, and it's working very, very well.
Yeah, it feels like a victory, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, this issue is not, it's not solvable, but it's manageable. And I'm
Well said.
I'm very proud of where we've come from and where we're going. You know, yeah, you're gonna see some folks on the streets, you're gonna see some people that are addicted to drugs. It's not illegal to be homeless. Yeah, it's not too cool to be doing drugs out in public, and that's an ongoing issue with our downtown security and with the RCMP. It's a tough issue. You know, I didn't sign up, as my 7 years on council, to be a social worker. It was more, work on infrastructure and development, attracting business and that sort of thing. But we, as almost every other community in British Columbia, are dealing with this issue, and with the help of our government, they have really recognized our issues here and the people who deal and work together. We do have a line item where we budget for issues such as this for us to move forward, like the supportive housing. We put in some money for that. The other places we don't charge all our fees for, like the DCCs and the hookup fees and that kind of stuff. So we've kicked in over $5 million in the last 4 years to attack this problem, and it's an issue it's going to be with us for a long time.
That's right.
Yeah, maybe even like forever.
Well,
It's probably reasonable.
Yeah,
It'll
probably
just
will.
transform. It'll just
Yeah.
look different over time. It'll probably still exist.
Yeah, by this point. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, but it'll just look all different, like very futuristic. But yeah, like a little futuristic.
there you go. All right.
Okay. Wrap her up. Do your thing.
Okay, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell for notifications, and give us a thumbs up and bye. See you in the following video.